This is interesting foundation test. I just recently tested the new Essence Pretty Natural Hydrating Foundation, and also their sister company Catrice released new foundation, and this is the True Skin Hydrating Foundation. It is said to be long wearing, including hyaluronic acid and watermelon seed stuff, something like that. The claims are that it is supposed to even skin tone and give natural matte finish, medium to high coverage with a comfortable skin feeling. This is a vegan formula and dermatologically approved. Also, they released concealer to the same line. True Skin High Cover Concealer, also hyaluronic acid and waterproof. This will be interesting to see now that the winter is here and it's raining a lot, so high hopes. I'm wearing shade 10 Cool Cashmere on both of these products. That's the shade I usually use in Catrice. They do have one lighter shade, I think it's 002, and then there is 4 or 5 other shades, so there was 6 or 7 shades only in this line, which is definitely not good. I will show you here swatches comparing Catrice and Essence foundations which I have, so you can see how the shade matches with those. Alright, here is swatches. First one in here is the concealer, this True Skin concealer in shade 10 Cool Cashmere. And next to it is the foundation shade, True Skin foundation shade 10 Cool Cashmere. So this is more yellow based, this is more kind of peachy red based. Then we have Catrice HD Liquid Coverage Foundation in shade 10, and then Catrice HD Liquid Radiance Foundation in shade 10. So all these shades are very, very different, in all are shade 10. Then in comparison, this one is the new Essence Pretty Natural Foundation I reviewed a couple of weeks ago, and then also Essence Fresh and Fit Foundation. This is shade 10, this is actually shade 20. So I wanted to try another shade, and this is kind of comparable but very peachy. This is more kind of beige tone. So quite a lot of changes or differences in these shades inside the Catrice and Essence family. Let's get now into the application so you can see my first reaction, first impression, and then my thoughts after the application, after I've done rest of my makeup. I will do a full day wear test so we can see how it reacts on my skin during the day. But now let's start testing. Alright, I have washed and moisturized my face, and now primers, Shiseido Ibuki next to my nose and ByTerry CC cream on cheeks and forehead. I haven't yet even opened this package, so there is this little safety seal in it, a glass bottle, beautiful rose golden lid, and there is a bump, which is always exciting. Oh, and it's working very well. Oh. A little bit runny texture, Smashbox brush as usual, and then we go. Oh, there is a, okay, a little bit goes a long way. Compared to the new Essence Pretty Natural Hydrating Foundation I reviewed a week ago, I will link it below. This is much more kind of hydrating feeling. that foundation, even though it is said to be hydrating, felt kind of stiff on skin and it felt immediately dry. It didn't dry my skin but felt dry. So this definitely more coverage. It's more kind of average foundation feel, even a little bit kind of moisturizer feeling, very kind of soft. How can I say soft feeling? But it feels soft on skin. There definitely is coverage, but there is also a little bit of thickness, which I'm not that much fan of. But as you can see, it took no time to blend. It covers really, really well. It's not as thick as most full coverage foundations. Well, this is not yet full, but they say that you can build it. Let's try with the hyperpigmentations. Oh yes, you can build this quite well, very close to full coverage. I don't want to build too much on my nose area because that's the most problematic and will look really bad if there's a lot of product and then something wrong happens. It takes a little bit of work to kind of press into pores. Many foundations nowadays kind of fill the pores immediately, so interesting formula indeed. I will use this Smashbox, I think this is concealer brush, yes. I use this to kind of press in foundations to my pores next to my nose because they tend to have that kind of open look and look black and not so tempting, so this is what I use. Very interesting. My skin looks still very skin-like. I can see my pores. There is glow in this foundation. It's not glow that's coming from the primer. It is definitely coming from the foundation. It's kind of a satiny, kind of silky glow almost. I really love how it makes my skin look, and the shade is actually quite good. Maybe half a shade too dark, but really good, even healthy looking skin. Concealer, high coverage, hyaluronic acid and waterproof. It's kind of similar applicator as many lip glosses have, so it is kind of pointed applicator. Let's see. Oh, this is darker than what I usually use. It is yellowish, but on under eye that is not necessarily a bad thing. Let's see how it blends. The brush that I'm using is Luxie Large Fluff brush. Okay, similar thing, very easy to blend to your skin, and the finish seems to be very similar to what the foundation is. Not as high coverage, surprisingly. It is said to be full coverage and it's not full, but it is high to the point that I doubt that is it possible even to make a concealer which would look this natural but would be full coverage. So I think it's kind of in the border of these two. Let me put a little bit to the dark spots here just to check that if I can build it up. Also if it will look terrible at the end of the day when there is more product than what I usually use. Interestingly, from the monitor it looks like my under eye area reflects light. There is a little bit of lightness or some kind of, looks like it's whiter, which is not so. There is definitely light reflecting ingredients in the concealer as well, and I can see that there is this beautiful sheen on my under eye area, so at least the finish is looking really good at this moment. I have a little bit of dry patch here in inner corner and it is looking surprisingly well. Usually those tend to look really kind of dry and, well, not pleasant if there is concealer which is even a bit dry, but now it looks really good. So high hopes that this really might be hydrating concealer. We'll see. But I'll put now rest of my makeup on, and then if I notice anything, I'll let you know after it's been sitting on my face for a while. Rest of the makeup is on. As you can see, not much. I'm working from home today. There is some things I noticed while I was doing my makeup. It felt like the foundation was setting. It didn't feel tight or dry or anything like that. I just felt like something is happening. It is still kind of cool and slightly sticky to the touch. I did powder this side of my face, next to my nose, a little bit of chin and under eye, just to see if there is difference. Now that it has been settling to my skin, it looks even more beautiful. Yes, there is, it's not invisible foundation, but it definitely isn't a thick and obvious foundation. Beautiful finish, it lets my skin kind of be there and see through, but it covers the discoloration, hyperpigmentation, but it shows my skin in a very good way. I really like the finish, how it looks at this point. So I will check in during the day. It is now 8:45, so let's take 9 o'clock as a check-in time and we'll see soon how it looks. Here we are. It's now 5 o'clock, so this foundation and concealer have been on for 8 hours, and I have some good news for you. I've been checking throughout the day. My nose area and nose, little bit of forehead started to be a little bit of glowy, not oily, glowy after 5-6 hours. But that's it. After that, the situation has stayed the same. Usually at this point, as I have pores and I am 43, so I start to have these lines, I start to usually get some kind of breakdown, especially because I don't use powder. And there is the tiniest amount of breakdown next to my mouth and on my chin, which is expected. That happens basically always. I have a little bit of smudging of my mascara, which also happens most days. I have gently patted a little bit away, but now I left this because I wanted to see what happens at this point of day when I even these out a little bit. I use my nail to kind of just gently wipe them away, and I do not disturb the concealer, at least not significantly. The concealer still looks great. I think there is just a little bit less that shine and sheen which we saw in the morning, but the coverage is still there, and what's most important for me, that it doesn't dry my skin. That's what most concealers do. This concealer actually reminds me of the very much more expensive Dior Forever Skin Correct concealer. These are very similar, so I think we have a dupe video coming up soon because similarity is definitely there. I absolutely love the finish. I love how it wears on my skin. Even though I've been leaning to my chin, it's been holding on surprisingly well, and everything stays as it is. So definitely thumbs up. I will be so excited to test this during the winter months when it's colder and more dry, and see is this still as moisturizing as it is now, because oh my god, if this is really this good, there we will have a winner for next month. But that's it. Next video, who knows what it's going to be. If you have any requests, let me know in the comment section. But now I wish you have a great day and see you next time. Bye bye.